Matt Provence now with NJIT women's basketball, fifth-year head coach Steve Lanpher, and kind of an exciting time of year. You had this long journey from, when last season ended till we get to the preseason. Talk about the road into getting ready for 2016-17.
Yeah, it's really exciting, man. Obviously last year was such a whirlwind, getting accepted into Atlantic Sun, in the summer, so we really didn't have much time to prepare. Obviously we were excited just to get into any conference, but to get into the Atlantic Sun Conference and their caliber of players is so good, and obviously we witnessed that firsthand last season. But going into this season, we got a chance to obviously evaluate where we were as a program, and more importantly, maybe evaluate the competition that we had coming forth. And it's a great league, but now understanding the league, I think us moving forward, we have a better idea of what we need to do to be successful. Our players have been working extremely hard in the summertime and in the fall, and I think we've gotten to know each other a little bit better. We've got a lot of newcomers, so that's always exciting, and just to get them used to each other, comfortable with each other, and trusting each other. And they got to trust each other off the court and then mesh on the court. And I think we've done a lot of that in the summertime. In the preseason, it's going to help us moving forward.
Let's talk about those newcomers, because certainly you do have a core now to bring in a new class. What should we expect to see from some of the first-year players?
Yeah, really excited. I think this could be potentially, and potential is a dangerous word, but potentially could be our best recruiting class to date. Amber Morgan, coming from a high-profile high school program, North Lawrence, nationally renowned, extremely talented point guard, should really give us someone who can control the ball and be that leader on the floor for us. Hakila Hudson, from Virginia, athletic wing player, can do a little bit of everything. Can guard opposing players, perimeter players, even inside players, and a player that can really get up and down the floor. So we're excited to have her. Danielle Tunstall from Life Center. We've had a couple Life Center high school players for us. She's a really athletic 6-foot player for us that really can play the stretch four for us. So we're excited to have her. We've got a player from local Manawan High School, Raritan, Tracy Barrington, who's going to give us an outside scoring threat. And then we're fortunate this year to get Taj Lewis from Roxbury Community College, which, she comes from a very successful program. They won the Division III National Junior College National Championship, and she was 3rd in the country in scoring. So we're looking forward to her to obviously help us score, not only inside but outside as well.
With the newcomers comes some key returning pieces. Of course, co-captain Alana Dudley was a preseason ASUN Conference selection. What is her leadership? What does this season mean to have her, fostering some of these newcomers and building the program?
Yeah, Alana is she's the consummate student athlete. She does it the right way. She's a blue-collar player. She works extremely hard. She's one of the fastest players in the Atlantic Sun. And as fast as she is, she works even harder. And she's made her into, she's worked as hard, and she's really becoming that complete player. Defensively, she's a challenge for opposing guards, and offensively, she's improved her outside shot. She's got a phenomenal first step. So she's a player that we're going to look to a lot this year on both ends of the floor. She competes as well as anybody, and she's a warrior for us, and someone who's going to battle each and every day.
And you get Kelly back. What a great freshman campaign, first year in the league. What's next for her? How does she take that next step to really become a key figure night in, night out in the Atlantic Sun?
Yeah, I think we saw, obviously the opponents made some adjustments on her. She's such a phenomenal shooter. But towards the end of last season, I thought she started expanding her game a little bit, learning to kind of backdoor cut, curl, get a first step and penetrate a little bit more. She's worked on her mid-range game and her drives to the basket, which is only going to make her better because, when Kelly wakes up in the morning, she can hit an outside shot. So the opposing teams really have to prepare for that, and then that's going to make her better and be able to score in different ways. But what I love about Kelly is she's, as a sophomore, nominated as one of our tri-captains, and the players really respect her, and she's a player you look at her, you're like, is she going to accounting class? But she's a fighter on the court, and she's one of the most competitive players I've ever coached. And she's going to get the most out of her abilities, but she's going to make the players around her better as well. So, I'm looking forward to her leadership style this year. Having that captain's tag really allows her to kind of to help mold our younger players. And she's going to be better, and I think the players around her are going to be better because of it.
We talked about the Atlantic Sun being a challenging conference, but holy Toledo, I look at your schedule before you get to conference play. You got 4 teams that were in the WNIT last season. I mean, it's going to be a nice way to get ready for conference play, but talk about the scheduling early on in the year.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is the Atlantic Sun is such a competitive conference that we've got to be able to, we didn't want to play a light schedule because, you know, Atlantic Sun's going to knock you down if you're not prepared for it. And we felt like the different styles of some of the opponents that we're playing are going to be helpful. And obviously, you've got to prepare yourself to compete against, you know, the excellence and the athleticism of the Atlantic Sun. And, you know, we may get knocked down a little bit early on, but I think it's going to help us. And I think we'll play our best basketball because of the competition we played in a non-conference schedule, you know, in conference play.
No doubt about it. Well, before I let you go, obviously you have an opening night coming up here very shortly, inside of a few weeks now. What's the most exciting thing for head coach this time of year? What are you excited about with what you have coming back and the challenge of a new year?
Yeah, it's always exciting and nervous. We've got a nice influx of new players, as you know, Matt, and obviously returners. So we're going to do some things differently this year, and how quickly, you know, this team picks up on what we're doing is going to kind of illustrate how successful we can be early on. But these players are working extremely hard, and you know, I think we're going to be successful early because they really want to make a difference this year, and they've really put their heart and soul into it, you know, in this early preseason. But we're excited about the challenges ahead, and I couldn't be happier with our team where we are and where we're moving forward to.
Well, best of luck. I know you and your staff have done a great job getting yourself ready to this point, so hopefully you'll see the fruits of your labor very quickly this year.
Thank you, Matt.
And again is 5th-year women's head basketball coach Steve Lanpher.